Welcome back to Comics with Drew. This is Drew, and this is another example, another sad episode of Comics with Drew in the car, where Drew gets into a car and rants semi-incoherently, or maybe semi-coherently, about a topic of the day. So, the topic of this particular episode is Moon Knight, or more specifically, bait and switching, which is what Disney's been doing with their Marvel shows. Now, Marvel shows on Disney can be whatever Disney wants them to be. That's perfectly fine. However, I'm kind of tired of Disney saying, oh, here's a show about Hawkeye, and then making the show all about Kate Bishop. And then there's a little bit of Hawkeye in it. Or here's a show about Moon Knight, and making the show about just about everything but Moon Knight. And then at the very end, having Moon Knight get his bacon saved by some other representational character. In this case, a gender-swapped Scarlet Scarab. Now, she's not called Scarlet Scarab in the show, but the creators of the show said, yes, she's the daughter of Scarlet Scarab, so therefore she's inherited the Scarlet Scarab powers. Now, that's fine if they want to make a show about that. If they want to make a Scarlet Scarab show, awesome. But they're not doing that. They're making a Moon Knight show and then putting Scarlet Scarab in there. Now, the problem, I wasn't going to talk about this, and the reason why I wasn't going to talk about this is because Moon Knight's a boring show. It's a really boring show. For a show with the kind of budget that they have and the total lack of any kind of commercial restrictions that they have as far as editing is concerned and pacing, it is a tremendously boring show. So the first episode, you don't even see Moon Knight until like the last 2 seconds of the episode, but you have to slog through 45 minutes of Split. It's not that entertaining. It really is not. I would like to posit that if you want representation in superhero shows, what you should do is not bait and switch people. What you should do is you should make shows about these other superheroes. And it's counterproductive when you basically try to insert, hey, you like Moon Knight, right? And here's a new character for Moon Knight that's even better than Moon Knight in the Moon Knight show. That's stupid. That's not how you introduce a spin-off or like a new character. And what you really want to do is you want to basically spin off into a better show. But when you have a situation like the last episode of Moon Knight where, he's all but defeated by the villain, and then your newly minted Scarlet Scarab shows up and does this whole, I'm going to save Moon Knight because, look, I'm a female superhero from Egypt. That's counterproductive. So if you haven't seen it, which I'm not sure I would recommend it, but what winds up happening is during the very final battle, Moon Knight gets basically, for all intents and purposes, defeated by the villain, and then the Scarlet Scarab, who heretofore had not existed for the previous 10 minutes, shows up out of nowhere and saves him. And then there's this van with the family in it, and then the Scarlet Scarab saves the family members, and then one of the girls says, oh, are you an Egyptian superhero? And she goes, I am. And all this is happening while Moon Knight is right there. He's like 30 feet away. And this character can't see Moon Knight, but she can see this female Scarlet Scarab. And it's counterproductive, okay? Because what you're doing is you're saying that this character that we want to introduce isn't worthy of her own show. She isn't worthy of her own development. Now, I understand that, you want to get people familiar with the world, but there's a better way of doing it, okay? So I think the best way that Marvel ever did something like this, by introducing like a new female character, is when they did it with the Wasp. So at the end of Ant-Man, she opens up the suitcase or walks into the vault and she sees this suit for a Wasp, and she goes something like, oh, wow, this is mine, or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But that's the best way to do it, because now you've got the whole world fully established. You had a great Ant-Man movie, and now you can introduce this other character. What you're doing with Moon Knight, and what you're doing really with Hawkeye as well, is you're just creating characters while lying to people about what the show's about. What these writers really want is they want a show about Kate Bishop, or they want a show about Scarlet Scarab, or Layla, And I know some of you are out there saying, but Drew, why are you paying for this when you know this is going to happen? And the reason why I'm doing that, valued viewer, is so that you don't have to. So you can listen to my rants while I'm in the car talking about why Moon Knight sucked and why Hawkeye sucked. And the reason why is not because Moon Knight and Hawkeye are bad. It's because these shows were about something other than Moon Knight and Hawkeye. Anyway, thanks for listening to Comics with Drew. I'm Drew, and I'll catch you next time.